I'll have tons of questions saying, how do I submit a PACT Act claim? How do I do this? How do I do that? And I'm just like, one, there's no such thing as a PACT Act claim. I get you're saying it because you heard it on YouTube. Not a big deal. Relax, take a seat, breathe, just submit the claim, right? The VA will do VA things. And so if you truly can't afford a DBQ or a private Nexus, which is a lot of veterans, especially prior to having that rating, and VHA won't do a DBQ for you, I would just submit the evidence-based claim and let the VBA process do its thing. The process does work. 7 million veterans would not be service-connected if the process didn't work. Is it perfect? Absolutely not, okay? But submitting your evidence-based claims, evidence meaning evidence from service and current diagnosis, the process will work itself out. What are your thoughts on the question or anything that, or how I answer that?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that the window of hope here, right? Because we're talking about your inability to get that DBQ. And regardless of what channels you're watching out there, or posts or vlogs or blogs or anything that you're reading out there, you're going to see stuff about how important a DBQ is. And like, that's just this is going to get you service connected, right? So I can see somebody out there going, oh my God, like your heart drops that you can't get a DBQ.
Yeah.
Here's the reality. The DBQ, disability questionnaire, is a blank piece of paper, right? Garbage in, garbage out, first of all, right? So it's a form. It's a form with some questions on it. If you want, you could print out a DBQ yourself, right? You can find it, read it, look at it, see what kind of questions they're asking with regard to your specific condition. Make some notes, right? Then go to the schedule of ratings in the CFR, well, eCFR. Go to eCFR online and Control F, and eventually you'll find your condition. Read through it, and it's going to have numbers. It doesn't actually have percentage signs. It just has like a ... 70, ... 50, ... 30, right? The 30, the 50, the 70, those are percentages, right? So you'll read and you'll figure out which rating you should be at based on your own. Typically, you'll be able to figure out what your rating should be. And now it's up to you to go make another appointment with your doctor, who's not going at the VHA, because that's the only place you're going because you don't have any money for anything else. And let's say that you're rated at 60% for other conditions and you want to file a new condition, right? So now for this new condition that you're being seen for at VHA, you want to make sure that you are telling the doctor and the nurse who came in or whoever else, and they're asking you questions, make sure that you're telling them all of this stuff, right? Because it's getting put into your medical record. And tell them, hey, look, I really want to make sure that this is put in there. What I'm telling you right now, I want it in there. Don't be a complete jerk, but as they're looking at you shaking your head or shaking their head, tell them you want to make sure that this information is in there. You can also go to the little front office people and tell them that, hey, look, I want to make sure that I get this put into my medical record. This is just an outline of the signs and symptoms that I'm experiencing on this condition, and give it to them. Typically what they're going to do is they're going to pass that on to the doctor, and then the doctor is going to read it and decide whether or not they're going to upload it. Why wouldn't they, right? So just be honest and be truthful and do that. I also, Clay, would suggest people, and I'm going to let you talk about this because you do a good job at it, is utilize that the online stuff to, you know, put some messages back and forth and create something and follow up. So if you could explain that to people, because here's the bottom line. All you're trying to do is get information from the schedule of ratings that pertains to you on your specific condition, put into your medical records. A DBQ is just another piece of your medical records, just on a specific form that makes it easy for the VA to understand. But you could take all that same information and just put it in your medical records as Q&A with your doctor, and that's fine too. It's going to accomplish the same thing. So don't fret, don't be stressed out. It's just you need to take a knee, adjust fire, and then go back in prepared and educated, right, Clay?